Before there were gods or masters, there were sounds. A hiss, a hum, a warning call. The symbolism. Before, in the beginning was the word, there was breath. And that breath was the first language. The language of the source. Today we're going back, way back, to the time before the internet and words with filters, to when connection meant actual survival and every whisper carried the weight of life or death. Now imagine this Pleistocene. Our ancestors are hunting, scavenging, hiding. Silence is safety. But when they gather, when they start foraging, silence breaks. Imagine women crouched under the underbush, eyes scanning, hands sorting berries, roots, mushrooms, herbs. That's where language sparks. Not from war cries, but from curiosity. They begin to classify: edible, poisonous, healing, deadly. One sound means safe, another means
run, Forrest, run!
Naming becomes a survival tool, an actual survival tool. Survival becomes the mother of syntax. We were gossiping about plants before we were chismeando about people. And that's how it started. The birth of communication through care. Now, go back to the same scene and now it's nighttime. The hunt is over, the air is cold. A small flame flickers, casting light across faces. Who kept that fire alive? Who tended it when everyone else slept? Not the ones chasing mammoths, the ones creating warmth, the ones building community, the fire keepers. I was sitting around a fire with a friend recently, and I thought about, what if Prometheus didn't give fire to man, but to a woman? Because fire isn't just destruction, it's creation. It's where story begins. The moment humans sat around the fire, they didn't just cook food, they cooked thought. Maybe the first real word wasn't a noun. Maybe it was a question. Maybe language began the moment someone looked into the flame and asked, why? Every time we name something, we transform it. Language gave us power over chaos. To name the unknown was to shrink fear down to syllables. Through naming came knowing. Through knowing came memory. Through memory came meaning. The women who named the plants didn't just feed the tribe. They built the mental architecture that shaped civilization. And the words they spoke, they still echo in ours. Fuego, pyro, purr, all carry the same spark, the same root. Etymology is archaeology for the tongue. Dig deep enough and you find the evidence of connection. Proof that we've always been trying to say the same thing. I'm here. I see you. This matters. Now let's talk grammar. Not the school kind, but the cosmic kind. Because grammar is the architecture of thought, the invisible skeleton of meaning. Every culture built its own version of order. Rules not just for words, but for reality. Every culture built its own version of order. Rules not just for words, but for reality. To speak was to build. To build was to believe. Maybe grammar was humanity's first religion. The faith that if we could name it, we could survive it. Language was our oldest technology, a bridge between sound and soul. And maybe that's what the source really is. not an entity above, but a resonance within. Now, today we hold fire again, glowing in our palms, lighting up our faces. But it's digital fire. Infinite scroll instead of infinite story. We speak more than ever, but say less. We label everything, but classify nothing. Our foraging has turned to searching and our connection to noise. But maybe that's why we keep returning to words, to poetry, to conversation, to storytelling. Because deep down we remember. We remember the firelight, the circle, the hippie TV, if you will. The voice saying, try this berry, or yo, stay close. That was love. That was language. That was the source speaking through us. Now, every time you speak, you echo the first human who dared to name the world. So maybe the source never left. Maybe the fire never died. Maybe the language of the source is still inside us, waiting to be heard. Thanks for listening to Fluent AF. Listen closely. Share, like, subscribe. Listen. You know what to do. Dale.